everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon White version. Last time, we finished up at the Chargestone Cave and our rappel wore off because I was not about to make you wait hours for me to get through there. As much as I would do it all over again for that wild Pokemon battle music. Oh, and we had our climactic battle with N as well, where we learned what it is he hopes to do and what it is he feels about a lot of things going on in the world. That was also kind of importance. But anyway, this time, we are in Mistralton City, the next destination that we had on our Pokemon journey. Let's get to exploring. Do you guys just stand in here all day as a form of entertainment? Can I join in the festivities? I could make you guys a 5-side of a die. What do you say? Our family is very fussy about Pokemon moves. Everybody calls me the Reminder Girl. I know every move that Pokemon learn while they're leveling up, and I can make Pokemon remember those moves. If you bring me a heart scale, I'll make a Pokemon remember a move. Yes! I would love to take advantage of your services and see just what we can do. First off, Haywire needs this the worst. I kept Spark on Haywire, but I got rid of Shockwave. No, I think that was the wrong move to do. I think I want to get Shockwave back on it. Heck no, I know I want to get Shockwave on it. I'm not going to be that uncertain about it. I've been wanting this since we got rid of since we got rid of Shockwave almost immediately. One battle into us not having it, I wanted it back. Even though it is of... Spark is 5 more I need to look at my stats before actually making a call on this. I'm uncertain after all! Your base attack is higher, but you're also modest. That means... no. Spark was the better move. That awkward moment when you were correct all along. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna look through all of my other Pokemon and see if they can learn anything special. A lot of Pokemon learn moves at very low levels that might have some interesting effects. Actually, yeah. Trubbish being able to learn Recycle, that makes it so that you can reuse a consumed hold item in battle. That can be a good move. Toxic Spikes will automatically poison any grounded foe on the foe side of the field whenever they get sent out as an entry hazard, unless they are poison or steel type, and if you use it twice in one battle, it badly poisons them when they come out instead of just normal poisons them. That's a good move. I don't think I'm gonna learn it though. Just thought I'd make note of that. I don't want Swallow because I just want Stockpile for the buffs, and of course I don't want Sludge or Acid Spray. But it's good to keep in mind because those are moves that I couldn't possibly have on Trubbish at the lowest level that I could have caught it at. This is helpful for things like that. I wound up having no moves that I wanted to teach through Heart Scales, but whenever your Pokemon evolve, bring them back here. Their learn sets change when they evolve, and you might be able to teach them things exclusively through Heart Scales. Keep that in mind. Who was I again? Oh, that's right, I'm the move deleter. You come to help me make me force your Pokemon to forget some moves? That sounds like a very painful and abusive process. Again, please don't tell St. Plasma about this. Also pretty helpful if you need to get rid of some HM moves, or if you just want to shrink your moveset. Maybe you're running a move like Last Resort that warrants a smaller moveset. Trading Sweethearts you receive through Feeling Check is one way to get Heart Scales. If you show your Pokemon to a lady in Driftvale City, you can get Heart Scales too. Aren't you just a little helpful boy, helping out your parent and grandparent, presumably, by telling us about that, boosting the family business through clever marketing as a child? You'll get around those child labor laws yet. Technical Machine Department in the Pokemon Center has weather effects. Hail will damage all Pokemon that are not Ice-type for 5 turns, and has some various other effects like making Blizzard 100% accurate. Can be kind of powerful in the right hands, but it's probably the worst weather effect overall. Sunny Day will boost the power of Fire-type moves while weakening the power of Water-type moves whenever it's in effect. Depending on the team that you have and the kinds of Pokemon that you're worried about facing, this can be good. Also makes that Solar Beam TM we got back in Pinwheel Forest charge up instantaneously, so maybe you were using Snivy on your team and you want to take advantage. That can be good. Rain Dance is the inverse, where it buffs the power of Water-type moves, reduces the power of Fire-type moves, and it allows the moves Thunder and Hurricane to hit with 100% accuracy. Thanks to that, this is one of the best weather abilities and probably the one that you see the most in competitive play. And then Sandstorm, not Hail, Sandstorm, yeah, Hail only wishes it was good as Sandstorm, damages all non-Rock, Ground, and Steel types for 5 turns, gives a buff to special defense on Rock-type Pokemon, and it activates certain abilities. I think all of them actually activate certain abilities like Chlorophyll, Swift Swim, Snow Cloak, stuff like that. So that's good to keep in mind. Those are the new items we have in the Pokemart. When a Pokemon learns the move Hidden Power, somehow I can tell what type of move it will be. You know what? Why not? I have the hidden power TM right now. It is random power in this game. It's not yet been changed to be 60 power, but if we're capable of using special attacks on some of our Pokemon, we should know this. Move's type would be Ice. That's a little bit interesting, because generally water-type Pokemon do well to have an Ice move on them. What about Haywire? Would be Rock. That would be useful for bug types, and I think exactly nothing else that Haywire doesn't already... Well, no, Haywire has a fire-type move for that, so never mind, it's a complete waste of space. Hilbert, what about you? You're a pretty decent special attacker. Rock as well. I don't see much need to go for that. Maybe I could give that to Ottawa and just see how it does, to see maybe what the power is. Never mind, I don't actually have a hidden power TM. I thought because we'd already talked about the move a little bit that meant we already had it because I was talking about it when getting the TM, but there go my memories shifting themselves around without me knowing. Gosh darn ya. The entry and pass power. What in the world is the Intralink? Asking all the tough questions when you could just go there yourself because you're a pilot, or better yet, you don't even have to fly there because it's accessible to you from any time in the Sea Gear. Oh wait, you're not hip with the kids, so you don't have a Sea Gear. I see how it is, ha ha! Oh hey, Blair, right? Let me see your Pokedex for a moment. What do we have here? So you found 73 Pokemon, eh? Staggering! You've seen a Clink! You're becoming quite the trainer! Excuse me, I was a little excited and forgot my manners. My name is Juniper 2! The sequel. No, the prequel, actually. Cedric Juniper! The professor who gave you the Pokedex is my daughter, hence the prequel. That girl has told me a lot about you. It really makes my day to meet you. In honor of meeting, I'm going to upgrade your Pokedex. Some Pokemon can change forms even when it's the same individual. If you have already seen a form, you can check it with this whenever you want. I have also added a function to make searching easier. Professor, who's that trainer? Oh, I forgot my introductions. Skyla, this is a friend of my daughter's. Blair is traveling around Unova to complete the Pokedex. Oh, I see. So that means you'll be challenging the gym. Oh boy, I'm really looking forward to it. That's right, Blair. You should challenge the gym. If nothing else, this gym is really out there. See ya, Skyla. If something comes up again, I'll let you know. Professor, my plane is a cargo plane. It carries cargo, not people. I'm sure you could stuff a couple of people in the cargo hold and no one would know it is. I'm also sure that you have a chair that you sit in, and that chair probably has a couple of other chairs accompanying it, bolted to the ground. I'm just saying. And you're talking as if the places like Kento and Sinnoh are right around the corner. Aw, Skyla. If you keep frowning, your face might freeze like that, and that'd be a shame. People in Pokemon, we all have to help each other out. See you later. Sheesh. It's hard to believe a happy-go-lucky guy like that could be a world-renowned Pokemon professor. Heads up, Blair. As a gym leader, I'd be happy to have you challenge the gym, but there's something I need to take care of first, because of course there is. Just now, I was flying the cargo plane. I saw something on top of the Celestial Tower. I'm sure that it's a sick Pokemon. If it is, I can't just leave it there. I have to look into this right away. I'm leaving for Route 7 Celestial Tower. You can come along if you want. You were able to see a Pokemon on top of a building from an airplane. It really is true that pilots have to have perfect eyesight. Strewn with wind-blown leaves. Kind of fitting that we're here in autumn, actually. I didn't really plan it that way, but hey, it worked out nicely. I probably should have just gone with it. Cannons! Cannons! Skyla's gym is full of cannons! Sounds dangerous, but I guess going on an airplane is kind of like getting shot out of a very long-distance cannon. That cutscene has a very funny little detail in it. Cedric Juniper asks if you have seen a Clink. It is impossible to have not seen a Clink at this point because N has it on his team. But if you hack, and you come here without it, he says, "You haven't seen a Clink yet?" Like with a question mark at the end? He calls you out for hacking, which is one of the few times that actually happens in the Pokemon series. It's a great little detail, and it's really funny to me, because I always wondered about that. If you were to hack, if you were to hack, what would happen? And sure enough, they thought of it. Sweets, lovely sweetheart. Check the feelings between two people. If you're a great match, you can get that. I should sing this, actually, like anyone wants to hear me sing. No. Yeah, this is the girl that we were hearing about, where if you get sweethearts from the feeling check, and then you give her lots of them, you can get those. Sharp Beak increases the power of flying type moves. What do you say? When you use the move Fly, you can return to a Pokemon Center you've already visited. But if Pokemon don't know their destinations, they cannot fly there. That's the explanation that we're giving. Because of this control tower, planes can fly safely in the sky where there are no roads. From that, I take this lesson. If trainers lead Pokemon correctly, Pokemon will feel safe and fly well, and fight well, not flight well. For places that I cannot reach, I ask flying or psychic-type Pokemon to help sometimes. I cannot even imagine everyday life without Pokemon. Sounded like you were gonna have a side quest for us there for a moment, but I guess you don't need any help today. Maybe in the future. All right, so this is the dinkiest little tiny airport. I guess cargo airports don't really need as much security and just general space as people airports do. So they're only cargo planes. If you want to fly as a person, just teach your Pokemon fly. I guess that's, to be fair, there wouldn't really be a lot of market for passenger airplanes in a world where Pokemon can just use their moves to make everyone fly wherever they want to go. Then again, I have so much stuff in my pockets that I myself am probably able to carry as much as a cargo plane. So, ha, Skyla, I'm gonna shut down your business by being the cargo plane. Skyla completed her cargo plane run. She must have gone somewhere after. Maybe the Celestial Tower on Route 7. You're here to remind us if we haven't played in a while and we don't remember what we were in the middle of doing. Now, this is one of the most minor changes out there, but Mistralton City is different cosmetically across different worlds. We have plowed fields along the airstrip. If we were playing Black version, it would instead have greenhouses along the airstrip. To me, that sounds kind of dangerous. I think planes taking off and landing are able to shatter glass. Maybe that's just supersonic jets. Actually, yeah, it probably is just supersonic jets. I remember that actually happened where I used to live, and the government was doing test flights, and they had to pay out millions of dollars to repair people's windows. It was kind of funny, and a great use of taxpayer money. If you want to eat delicious vegetables, the ones grown in the wild are the best. As the weather and seasons change, wild vegetables get more and more tasty. Even Pokemon like to eat wild vegetables. I guess to be fair, it would be a good use of taxpayer money because the money would be going directly right back to us in that case. But I don't mean to get political about how taxpayer money is used because I'm not even really sure I understand it myself. Heck, I don't know if anyone really understands it themselves. I'm gonna go and pluck a Max Ether out of this field. That is my favorite wild vegetable. And we're going to pick ourselves a Repel. I'm a big fan of plants that grow repels. I'm sure they're made from natural ingredients, so maybe I'm just bottling them. Not plugging those, just finding it on the ground. A Paralyze Heal. Oh, I guess those don't grow on trees, even though the others do. Got all of that. And actually, what to use? Oh, there's all this over. Planes, they're shapes. They are perfectly designed to fly. There is no and there's no excess in the mechanics for flying. Get M58 Sky Drop. I've mentioned before that this has some glitches associated with it. It's a really interesting move that I kind of want to pull up real quick. You fly up just like you're using Fly, but you hurl the target into the air with you and then drop it really far. It's flying type damage despite the fact that you're not really hitting them while flying and just simply dropping them from a really tall height. But the problem with this comes with the move Gravity. In a double or triple battle, if Gravity is used while the two Pokemon are in the air, it will instantly bring them down like it's supposed to, but the game thinks that the target Pokemon is still in the air even though it's not, and they are unable to move until the user of Sky Drop is knocked out or switched. For that reason, it was banned in competitive play right around this time. It's kind of a little footnote in Pokemon history. I don't think anyone would have used it had it not been for that glitch, because it's not that great of a move, but it is kind of funny how an otherwise mundane move that no one really cared about wound up making its mark, because hardly any Pokemon learn this TM anyway. I hear many people have had their Pokemon stolen by Team Plasma. You've just heard about this? You don't have any sort of opinion on it? I'll boo on you. Okay. That raised walkway. If you stand still, you'll fall off and you have to keep moving. We got nothing else left to do in town. I say now we head out and we see what we can find on the road. Gonna get our dowsing machine back, and of course, we're gonna use the repel that we just got. Gotta use those fresh homegrown repels, not any of those corporate mass-produced things. We'll grab an Ultra Ball right away, and while we're going around, how about... Sometimes you find more than just strong Pokemon in the tall grass. Yep, sometimes you find little children by surprise. We're gonna go over the new encounters that we can find on this route. Guess what? This route totally sucks! Alright, we're starting off with Watchog. Regardless of your opinion of the site, I think we can all put our competitive play preferences aside and come together to agree with Smoggin's description of Watchog. Game Freak must have said, Let's take an overdone concept, make it as shitty as possible, give it the creepiest eyes known to Pokemon, and release it into the world just to watch the Pokemon fandom squirm. I don't have anything new to add. I was gonna bash it for the same reasons as Patrat, but they did it all for me. On the same note as Watchdog, now you too can enjoy having a butt in your face for a 40-hour RPG. Zebstrika. You know, just in case you were jealous of me. Very fast, both abilities are great, and it has an electric immunity regardless of which one you pick. Comes with Flame Charge and Spark, so it's good to fight right away. Worst thing about it is that a lot of its compatible moves are special when it's just not meant for that, as I've said quite a few times. Bad, bad, bad! Where do I even start with you, Cubchoo? This is everything you could ever find in a bad Ice-type Pokemon. On the plus side, it actually evolves soon, but what good is that when everything else about it is absolutely horrible? It's so slow, and Ice is a horrible defensive type, resisting only itself and having 4 weaknesses. Your starting moves are Icy Wind, Furious Swipes, Brine, and Endure. Thankfully, it gets Icicle Crash upon evolving, but so many of its moves are special. I mean, sure, it can learn some alright TMs we already have, like Bulldoze, but it's so outclassed. You know it's bad when the Ice Cream Cone Pokemon outclasses you, just saying. And by a lot, I might add. Even with a Flying-type gym on the horizon, see what I did there? I think you're a lot better just not having Cubchoo. Sometimes you find older kids too, as this guy is finding out. Parker. Oh, he seems to be mirroring my strategy a little bit. I've been leading with Ottawa, as there is rain on this route naturally. Because of that, my water-type move's getting powered up. I don't need to spend a turn setting up for it. It's just like having the comfort of a Pelipper or a Politoed in your own home. Wow, that looked disgusting, having that green fluid shooting out in a stream like that out of your mouth. Man, Palpitoad is just grossing us out about multiple things lately. And there it is again, it doing that jiggly thing in slow motion. You got a Shelmet on your team. Haven't seen that yet. And, kind of going back to the Pokemon that we have seen, I want to point out that Watchog, in addition to just my personal disdain for it, it is the only evolved Pokemon with a catch rate of 255. Just when you think it can't suck at anything else, it sucks at not being caught. I just find that very, very funny and cathartic that it even is bad in terms of catch rate. And hey, that Rocky Helmet's coming through for us. On top of that, also kind of going back to Cubchoo as well, its Pokedex entry, it's not as spectacular as Darumaka, so I don't want to catch it to show it to you that way, but it freezes its own mucus as the materials that it uses to fight with. Ew! Can I just say ew again? Like, that is disgusting. I know that I didn't say that I found Darumaka terribly disgusting, which is arguably a lot worse, or no, I'd say for a lot of people it is a lot worse because you at least ingest mucus every day whether you try to or not, but we won't talk about that. Yeah, we were bold enough to talk to this girl. She gives us TM57 Charge Beam. That's a little bit funny that I was just debating getting back special attacks on Zebstrika. I want to show that. That is a special electric type move that can buff your own special attack stat, but it's slightly inaccurate. Haywire is the only one who can even learn it. Maybe Volt Switch. Volt Switch or Charge Beam? Ain't that the question? Maybe I'll see how it works for me for a little bit. Just because we got heart scales now. Wanted to go back and heal, but I think we're fine now, and I am bold enough to walk right in front of your face because I'm bold enough to talk to that lady, and she was but training for you. You got lost and stranded on a clearly marked trail when you are a backpacker. Looks like we got a poser on our hands, and you know what we do to posers? Man, no wonder you got stranded if all you have is a Simisear and you're exploring an area where it's raining by default. Oh boy! Come here and let me show you my shell! Right after you show me your dainty little fingers. Oh, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, it didn't hit all 5 times, but that was really funny. I was already gonna rag on Simisear for being terrible, but wow, you're even a bad trainer of a Simisear. Okay, he couldn't have possibly known that I had that on, though, but still. To go to Celestial Tower, walk along the road. That's right. If you keep walking, someday you'll arrive at your destination. I mean, eventually. I mean, the Earth is round and all that. You can't bike along it despite what it looks like, so you're not going to be able to take advantage of that whatsoever. I'm going to go in here. Kid, have you caught any Boldor? If you have, would you trade your Boldor for my Emolga? I believe that this Emolga has good IVs. I think it has a good one in special attack. And it should also have a hold item. I'll show the exact details on screen, though, but because this isn't a new encounter, I'm not really too concerned with talking about it much or really knowing much about it. I love the Pokemon moves Mega Drain and Giga Drain. I mean, I like Giga Drain at least, because it's actually good now. But, let's see. I think we can just keep going across this. If you do miss your mark, you will fall off. Oh. Triple battles are 3-on-3 Pokemon battles. I will overpower my perfect combination and overwhelming attack power. Surprise! Triple battle! These are not only one in the entire game. I realized that shortly after that, and it seems some people missed that I tried correcting myself on it. Let's hope that we can do just a little bit better than we did before. We got this Rain backing us up. He doesn't have any Fire-type moves for us to take advantage of, but I think that Swoobat, well, no, Watchog's probably going to use Hypnosis, so let's focus on that right away. I'm a little bit worried about Hilbert getting taken out by that Swoobat. I think we'll do Payback on it. And Arkin, you have Acrobatics, the Flying-type move. We can target that Watchog from across the field and take good advantage of it. And you're faking out Hilbert of all. Like, really? You're faking out Hilbert? Sure, if you want to. I'm kind of hoping that this will go better than our last triple battle experience. Good thing I targeted Watchog with both of those attacks. That's the thing about it is just, it's a terrible Pokemon, but you can't deny that it having Hypnosis is a little bit annoying to deal with, so it's extra annoying that it actually has that Clear Smog. That can be a good move. User attacks by throwing Clump of Special Mud. All status changes are returned to normal. It's basically mist, but also does damage. It is a pretty decent move, but I personally don't see much reason to carry it. Sludge Bomb is raw power. Takedown's normal type. Let me think. So Takedown to be resisted by rock, which I do neutral damage on that. We'll get rid of Takedown for it. I think Steel, I don't really have any way of dealing with Steel types anyway. That's kind of my biggest weakness on Hilbert. I don't really need to worry about that. That Swoobat having Calm Mind is slightly worrying. I'm gonna try to Scald it. It's always so satisfying whenever you actually get the poison with Scald. That's part of why I'm just doing it all the time. Because I want to get that off. It's way more satisfying than anything else. Any other way that you can get a burn. It is more satisfying to burn a Pokemon with a water-type move than it is to use Will-O-Wisp and win a competitive game because of it. It's just that good. It feels so amazing burning something with a water-type move. Unfortunately, I keep knocking stuff out, so that's probably why I'm not ever getting the chance of it, but it doesn't change the fact that I still want to make it happen one of these times. I'm going to use Payback. And I'm not going to do hardly any damage. I was mainly doing that on Swoobat. Unfortunately, I can't hit anything. I have no target to use with Ottawa. I'm actually going to shift Ottawa's position. Maybe see if I can show that off a little bit, because we didn't do that last time. Going to use Acrobatics. Absolutely fine. You hit so little that you can't even put me in a defeatist. Okay, no, it didn't even matter anyway. I spent so much longer than I should have contemplating what I was going to do with Ottawa right there, and we beat Elmer. The balance of 3 Pokemon, each with its own role. I still have to do more research. I kind of wish triple battles and rotation battles were the gimmick of ace trainers here, but isn't so. That's one out of very few that actually does do that. I think if we go over this way, yes, there is a house around here. Since her yammering stops while she's cooking, it's another bonus for me. You get to hear your wife shut up and get to eat. How nice. Granny's meals are always nothing but vegetables. Oh my, your Pokemon team. It seems all worn out. Rest for just a moment now. You can go into this house and you can rest all you want, but now that we have reached the midpoint of this route and we've made lots of progress, I think we're going to end things off here. Next time on Pokemon Black and White, we continue our trek through Route 7 and see if we can find the Celestial Tower where Skyla headed off to. See you guys then. Hold up, actually, I have to know. It's been bothering me since we beat that triple battle. 47 experience away! Look forward to it next battle. See you guys then.